implementation. Bureau of Public Service honors Director General of NTA. Good evening and welcome to NTA Ijebu News at 7. My name is Anthony Gandoni. The federal government is taking bold steps in developing a comprehensive data to address deficiencies in policy making and profiling solutions to the growth trajectory of Nigeria. Vice President Kashim Shettima gave this assurance at the 2023 Controller General of Customs Annual Conference in Lagos. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports. Details of the report will come your way in our subsequent bulletin. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has warned traditional rulers against selling lands belonging to the government, especially those in forest reserve across the state. The governor handed the warning at the statutory meeting of the State Council of Obas held at Obas Complex, Okemoson, Abeokuta. Government House correspondent Akim Jimo reports.
Addressing members of the Ogun State Council of Traditional Rulers, Governor Abiodun described the alleged illegal sale of government-landed property in forest reserves across the state by some traditional rulers as unpatriotic acts.
This land does not belong to me. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to our collective patrimony. It is our collective property that we own as a state, our common. And we should endeavor to ensure that we do not engage in such acts like this, that people of tarnishing the image of the royal highnesses, and the throne.
He charged the traditional institution to continue to partner with the government in the areas of security of lives and property. The Akaribo and paramount ruler of Remoland, Oba Babatunde Ajayi, commended the state government for the giant strides in all sectors of the economy and appreciated the governor for its support towards the traditional institution. To further develop Ogun State, Governor Abiodun reiterates that a memorandum of understanding for the establishment of Ogun State Dry Port at Kajola would be signed with organized private sector before the end of the year 2023, while discussions on the maximal utilization of the cargo airport at Ileshan Remo by Benenoa investors has been concluded with the President of Benin Republic. In Abeokuta, Akim Jimo, NTA News.
The Bureau of Public Service Reforms, BPSR, has recognized individuals in public service who have supported the cause of the civil service, which is the engine room of government. Elizabeth Omoru reports that Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos, was rewarded for his unflinching support to the projection of the Bureau and promotion of policies of government, and as well as national values through professionalism, reports and programs. Director General NTA, General Manager NTA International, Oganya Simon, received the award on behalf of the Director General of NTA at the forum in Abuja. To ensure professionalism and efficiency service delivery, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC Ogun State Command has organized a training for its armed squad on fundamentals of law enforcement and protection of government infrastructure facilities. Yemi Dalemo reports that the training is aimed at making the armed squad officers abide by the NSCDC's rule for engagement which tackle security challenges in Ogun State.
Seminar organized for all arms-bearing departments and units in the Ogun State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps is aimed at reminding the officers of the need to be more professional while carrying out their duties and avoiding incidents that can tarnish the image of the command. Ogun State Commandant of the Corps, David Ojelabi, notes that the need to holistically tackle emerging security challenges in the state, curb social unrest, and work in harmony with other security agencies in the state informed the refresher seminar.
We train them, we sensitize them. It takes some modalities before you can pull the trigger. So it is one of the things we are teaching them today. Protecting human rights wherever they are, bearing in mind that they are citizens in uniform, and their efforts, their engagement is to protect the citizen which we call it belongs to. And I believe that at the end of the program today, you'll be better informed.
Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Noimot Salako Oyedele, charged the officer to be committed to ensuring adequate protection of critical government infrastructure and embarking on advocacy campaigns against the willful destruction of public properties. The Deputy Governor hinged on the need for more collaboration of the security agencies in the state to have a stronger, safer and committed security apparatus in Ogun State.
I assure you of the full support and commitment of Ogun State in providing the necessary resources and logistics to support your core. We recognize the critical role you play in the overall development of our society and will continue to prioritize this relationship. Apart from actually, the security aspect of what you do, we should also do a lot of advocacy to let people understand that defacing, stealing, and damaging these things, it affects all of us, and the collective value to society, which we lose by them, pilfering and stealing all these things, is huge.
Guest lecturers at the event harped on the need for security agencies to always abide by the rule of engagement and understand the provisions of the law in securing and protecting the citizens' rights, while also ensuring adequate protection of infrastructural facilities and achieving a peaceful society. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
The Nigerian Customs Service is sounding a note of warning to errant manufacturing companies to comply with the payment of exact excise duty into the coffers of the federal government or risk prosecution. The controller, Nigerian Customs Service Ogun 2 Area Command, Abeokuta, Olushola Bisi Alade, gave the warning while briefing journalists on the activities of the command between September and October 2023. Hakeem Jimo reports.
Briefing journalists on the activities of Ogun 2 Area Command of the Nigerian Customs Service, Controller Olushola Bisi Alade says the deployment of intelligence coupled with the zeal and determination of officers led to the discovery of newly established manufacturing companies, which in turn improved the revenue generation of the command to the tune of over 4.6 billion naira in 2 months.
The command generated a total revenue of 4,627,054,451 naira 69 kobo in September and October 2023, which is 24.8% higher than what the command generated in the corresponding period last year. The command will continue to put in place necessary measures to improve on the collections with adequate support from other units of the Customs Service such as the CIU and the Customs Police.
He attributed the successes recorded during the period under review to reinvigoration of the command's monitoring team, coupled with strong motivation from customs headquarters in Abuja and aggressive engagement and collaboration among stakeholders. While sounding a note of warning to the management of errant manufacturing companies against default in the payment of excise duties and other payable charges, the customs boss encourages other corporate organizations to improve on their mode and methods of remitting their companies' payable excise duties into the coffers of government. In Abeokuta, Hakeem Jimo, NTA News.
The news will be back shortly after this timeout.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Glow.
Glow Unlimited.
You are welcome back. Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas says swift passage of the bill on gender equal opportunities is one of the priority of the 10th Assembly, promising to ensure oversight of government institutions for compliance with the national gender policy. This was contained in a message he sent to a Wealth and Empowerment for Women initiative WIN-WIN stakeholders conference organized by the House Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development. Aminat Salihu has the details.
Women from all sectors of the society converged to discuss issues relating to women empowerment, with access to education, health, and wealth creation. Chairman House Committee on Women Affairs Kafilat Ogbara said striving for women empowerment entails sustainability of policies and initiatives.
It is not enough to simply provide short-term solutions. We must ensure that our efforts have a long-term impact and contribute to the overall well-being of women and the society at large. This requires a holistic approach that takes into account environmental, economic, and social factors.
The empowerment of women is part of nation building. When the women are empowered, they contribute to their families and have the capacity to play a formidable role.
The theme of the conference, Women Empowerment and Sustainable Policy Document, highlights challenges faced by women, collaborative efforts towards prosperity, as well as inclusiveness in governance.
Let us focus more on where we move our country forward. When we empower women sustainably, you have empowered the nation.
If we want to take over, if you're talking about social liberation, if you're talking about economic liberation, if you're talking about political participation, it's not something that will be handed over to anybody on a platter of gold.
Some policies by the WIN initiative will include programs to develop women in technology, Women Feed the Nation for those in rural areas, and mentorship for youths. From the National Assembly, Amina Seidu, NT News.
That is the size of the bulletin tonight. Join us tomorrow for another package. From me, I am Anthony Ganu. Good night.